Hi girls. I can see you looking more and more tired every night. I always wanted to be an artist, I think. So I was applying for the academy for 5 years in a row. And every year, like this, having this turned down, the application turned down, was really hard, to think that you can do something and then just get this letter from the academy of, well, no thank you, we have had so many people who were applying and we only needed 20 people or something, you know. When I left that boyfriend, I still had that in me, like, okay, now's the time. So I went for this art school for half a year and applied again, and then I got to the interview. So that was the first time I actually got to the interview on the academy. So that's like step 2. And I got the interview, and I just remember sitting there amongst these professors and feeling like, okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? This is like, I couldn't even feel myself. I had just been trying to find out what they wanted and just give them what they wanted by going to this art school and trying to do what the teachers wanted, and then doing the stuff and then applying and then getting, oh no, I actually got the interview, and then trying to say the right answers to the questions. But in the same time, I was very proud of being interviewed, like taking that step 2, and I was of course telling everyone and was very proud. But I just think it's amazing that you can be two things in the same time. You can be proud and you can be beside yourself, like you're there but you're not truly there. I think you can that because you're insecure of what you actually want to do. You just have a feeling of what you want to do, but you don't have any answers, so you're just like trying to find your way through by looking at the people you meet. And if you don't meet the people who you can mirror yourself in, then you just meet people, then you think, okay, so he does that, so maybe I should do that. So I met these artist type, and they were all in the academy, and okay, so I have to go to the academy. That's the only way, kind of. But also very inspired by this boyfriend and his thoughts about being the best of the best. So I got to the interview on the academy, and then I got a letter that you're almost in. You're not quite in, but you're almost in. So if some of the other people that now are in the academy, if they decide to say no and drop out, then you have a seat there. But if not, well, bad luck. So I got a maybe. And that was really weird too, just waited the whole summer for if anyone would like reject or didn't want to go there. But who would turn their place in the academy down when first they came there? But yeah, so I waited this whole summer for a letter that never came. And so that was a 5th year of disappointment. So I needed a break from the art world, and I moved to Copenhagen. I got a job where I was trying to be something for the kids, inspiring kids, and then I met my new boyfriend, whom I'm living with now, and all of a sudden I got pregnant, and that was certainly not planned. And then then I had to choose, and all this pregnancy, and then I had to move back to Nykøbing Falster, where I live now, because he lived there and he had kids from previous relationship. So I had so many choices to take. I was living in a small apartment together with another girl, and I had this job, and then I had the art world, and I was pregnant, you know, so I really had to choose if I wanted to be a mother and if I wanted to move back to Nykøbing Falster and be a stepmother for 2 other kids, and if I wanted to like really say goodbye to the art world. That was in my head all the time, that I had to make this big decision. And I chose the mom part, the Mom Academy, and that showed me that was the right thing, and that opened the doorway to the art that I'm making now, to the art that is true for me. Because the good thing about not going to the academy, in my terms, is that I'm completely allowed to do anything. I have no rules. There are no yes and no's in my art world. Everything is a yes and a go, you know, and everything is allowed. If I want to make things that are strictly beautiful, I'll just do that. I don't have to be trendy. I don't have to be smart or fit into any galleries. So I'm only making things that make sense to me. So I finally quit my thought about what an artist is or should be, and I'm truly defining art out of my heart, you know. And I'm finding out that for me, art has to mean something. It has to have a purpose, and I truly want it to help people. So I truly want art to be a tool for self-development, or for finding inner peace, or you know, like discovering the beauty of life, discovering that there's so much more out there, or just like, yeah, inspire people. There are so many great things about making pictures or art or jewelry, as you, Sophie, you're making the most beautiful jewelry. They're really, really intense. I really love them. So for me, that was the goodbye to this gallery, this Copenhagen fashion academy life, you know, that I struggled to be in for 5 years, and just say, okay, so that was it, and now I'm here, and now I'm being a mother, I'm living out here in a small city, and now I have to show myself what I really want to do, you know, because now is the time, you know. Don't struggle to show everybody else, you know, struggle to show yourself. Show yourself what you really want. That's the most important thing, and be true to that one, because that makes you really, really happy, you know, and really proud. And people who have known me for years, they say that these past 2 years past 3 years, but I've been shining more and more and more, because I find like the essence of what I want to do, you know. And I haven't left the art. I just embraced it in another way, in a way that's more in sync with who I am, and it makes so much sense. So I'm really grateful for not getting into the academy, and for not wanting to be that kind of an artist, but another kind of an artist. And so that's how life goes sometimes. You can keep knocking on some doors, and if they never open, maybe they shouldn't be open. Maybe it's because there's some other doors that you didn't look at, or maybe you thought that the other doors, they were not as good, you know, they were smaller doors, you know, like for smaller people. But I discovered that the small doors were right for me, and they were not small at all. It was just in my head they were small, you know. So it's all about what's in here, you know. Oh, it's getting long, this video. See you tomorrow.